Olive oil is considered the bedrock of the Mediterranean diet, but its increasing popularity is also an open invitation to fraud. The Robert H. Smith Faculty of Agriculture in Rehovot recently held a course training experts to recognize the real thing. IBA's Ari O'Sullivan was there and filed this report.
To me, the first note I got in my nose, compared to the other one, which was clear grass, I thought of a green apple.
Olive oil fraud is a major international racket, and a lot of phony extra virgin olive oil is making its way to Israel. Furthermore, the Ministry of Health recently exposed 14 producers of fake olive oil. Olive oil fraud is rampant because it's so easy to fool consumers, which is where tasters come in.
Tasting is an excellent idea, because we can sense, once you learn how to do the tasting, you can sense a lot of the chemicals, and from this you can tell whether it has something that shouldn't be there. Well, let's go back to gasoline. We know how to sense gasoline. Do we know to sense gasoline in olive oil? Only if we train. But if you are a trained taster and you tell me, I'm the chemist now, and you tell me this oil is suspected to contain gasoline, then you make my work really easy.
Olive oil production started in this land 6,500 years ago. About 25 local producers, marketers, and connoisseurs were spending 5 days perfecting their tasting skills.
My goal here is to know better olive oil, to know better about the defects on olive oil, and to know better how to prevent them. This is my main goal as a producer and farmer.
Orit Saudri and Hadil Hamza work at the Sindiana of Galilee olive mill.
This is my third day, and I certainly can recognize a bad olive oil. Now I have to recognize the defect and why is it made, and to think about how could it be fixed in the future.
They are more deep in the subject. Like how she said, we are learning more about the defects in the olive oil.
Are you an expert in olive oil?
Not too much, but we're trying to in this course.
They're being taught by expert Carmen Sanchez Garcia, who came from Spain for the International Olive Oil Council.
Everybody can become a taster. This is something, it is clear. The only thing you need is someone who tells you, can you find this defect or think of this aroma? Maybe you can find it in the oil. But everybody, if you train, if you have the opportunity to be taught, it is possible.
Oil can be defective by being left in the sun, being too old, or being mixed with other oils.
Doesn't matter whether you like the oil or you don't like the oil. It's not about your own taste. It's about whether it has a defect or it doesn't have a defect. Okay? This is what it's all about. Okay? We're not here to assess oil and say, okay, this is going to win, this is not going to win, I'm going to recommend it or I'm not going to recommend it. It's not about it at all. It's whether it has a defect or not. Period. This is what we are here to find.
This course is the only one in Israel that gives formal certification for being an olive oil taster. Olive oil is the only food product where the results of tasting can be used as evidence in courts. As certified tasters, they'll be in demand.
In local money matters, shares were mixed